Hello, welcome to this tutorial which is on 3D coordinates. This is part 5 and as promised I said I'd do one on negative coordinates. So here we go. Just to mention, be patient with the movement of the mouse because the program I'm using makes it difficult. Sometimes the mouse disappears. Still trying to figure that out. So we're given a cuboid and the x-axis going that way, positively, and to the left, negative. The y-axis this way, positive, negative that way. And the z-axis, positive going up and negative coming down. Diagrams usually not drawn to scale. We're asked to write down the coordinates of the points P, Q and R. We're going to do them one at a time. If you'd like to pause and have a go and then come back and see the result, you can. Okay, so we're going to go from there to P. Well, P is on the x-axis, you can see, so therefore the y value would be 0 and the z value would be 0. So the x value would be -3, y would be 0 and z would be 0. Let's have a look at it in animation. -3 for x, 0 for y, and 0 for z. The point Q, can you tell which plane the point Q is in? Well, it's in the xy plane, this plane here. It's on the other side over here. So from the origin, we'll be going 6 in the positive direction of the x-axis, and 2 units in the negative direction of the y-axis, parallel to the y-axis. We're not going up, so z will be 0. So it will be 6, -2, 0. Let's have a look at it. 6, -2, 0. Okay? They're not difficult, it's just a question of being a bit careful with the x, y and z directions where they are. What about the point R? From the origin, we'll be going to the point P, which is -3 for x, -2 for y, so 2 units parallel to the y-axis in the negative direction, and then 5 units up parallel to the z-axis. So it'll be -3, -2, 5. Let's have a look at that. -3, -2, 5. Okay? The next question. This is also a cuboid, and I've interchanged the axes. The x is going that way, and they're only positive coordinates, but the y is now going upwards, and the z in that direction. Below is a cuboid drawn in 3D. The diagram again is not drawn to scale. Write down the coordinates of the point P. Well, that should not be difficult now, since if you've been watching the other tutorials. So from the origin, we're going 6 units along the x-axis, 3 units parallel to the y-axis, and 3 units parallel to the z-axis. So let's have a look at that. 6, 3, 3. Now the next part is challenging. The point Q divides the line OP in the ratio 1 to 2. Find the coordinates of Q. Well, Q is not shown obviously. So here's the line OP. If a point divides the line OP in the ratio 1 to 2, then it's splitting it into 3 parts. If you imagine 1, 2, 3. So Q would be a third of the way along OP. I'm just pausing for you to think. So Q would be a third of the way along OP. So becoming a third of the way along here, well, a third of 6 is 2. So the x value would be 2. What's a third of 3? Well, it's 1. And what's a third of 3 in the z direction? It's 1. So we're going 2 this way, 1 parallel to the y-axis, and 1 parallel to the z-axis. Does that make sense? As I said, this could prove challenging for some. So let's have a look at it in action. 2, 1, 1. Sometimes they might make these numbers not exactly divisible by 3. So for example, if that's a 4, what would this z value be? It will be 4 divided by 3, which is 4/3, which is 1 1/3. Does that make sense? Okay? Well, I hope you found this interesting and useful. Until the next one, take care.